Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Qigong. In today's class, we're going to be focusing on the core, which consists of the quadriceps, the glutes, and the abdomen. So that set of muscles. And what this is going to let you do is be a little more stable, a little more mobile, a little more flexible. As we get older, and I'm talking like late 70s, 80s, 90s, and maybe up even into the hundreds, the getting up and down out of a chair becomes more and more of a challenge because our quadriceps, our glutes, and our abdomen have become weaker because we sit so much. And so there's a couple movements in the Golden Chi Ball series which we can really emphasize working and strengthening those muscles. And there's one or two in the 8 pieces of Brocade. So today we're going to focus on the Golden Chi Ball series, and I'll emphasize the ones you can do out of that series to help strengthen your core. And if we have time left, we'll look at the one or two from the 8 pieces of Brocade that also emphasize those muscles. So there you go. That's it for today. That's what we're going to be covering. And now we'll move on to standing like a tree. And we begin today's class with, because it's springtime, with standing like a tree. And as always, we begin with establishing our foundation, building it from the root up. We want to have our feet comfortably hip-width apart. So the outside of the feet parallel to each other and the legs coming straight down out of the hips. In other videos, I've covered in detail how to figure out what the space is between the feet. So it's the width of your hands fit between your feet, is so you can look down and go, yeah, that looks right. And in most cases, that's fine. If you want to get a little more detailed on it, put all the weight in one foot. Lift the toes of the other foot. Lift the heels. So this knee is bent, the heel's up in the air, the toes are up in the air, you're resting on the ball joint. Pivot the heel on the ball joint towards the other foot. Bring it down, and it should just about touch the ball joint of the other foot. Adjust if you feel necessary. There can be a gap, or it can be a bit of an overlap. That's fine. Lift the heel, lift the toe, pivot on the ball joint again, put the foot down, have a look and go like, well, that's pretty much where they were anyway. So now, standing like a tree, our standing movement. So typically in our Qigong practice, we focus on 3 aspects. The standing postures, where we stand still and breathe. And then we have our moving postures. And then we have our meditative ones as well. So it's sit, stand, move. Sit for the meditation. Stand for the postures that we hold without moving, but only breathing. And our moving postures. So today we're going to start with stand like a tree. So move into the small triangle, the beginning, the front of the foot. And then we move into the large triangle, a little weight in the heel. Keep the toes and the heels on the floor as we shift the weight back and forth. So weight in the toes. This is the small triangle, big toe, and the ball joint. Weight in the heels. This is the large triangle, big toe, and heel. So you shift the weight, keep the heels on the floor when you come to the small triangle. Shift the weight into the heels. Keep your toes on the floor as you're on the large triangle. Now let's come to the center here. Bend the knees slightly. Grab the hips, thumbs to the back. Push down with the thumbs and draw the tailbone into the body. Lift the ribs up. Pull the belly button in. Bring the bottom of the shoulder blades together by bending the arms, bringing the elbows back a little bit. Turn the hands out and then bring the elbows towards each other behind the back. Should feel a big stretch in this area here. We're opening up the chest. Now lift the chin. Gaze to the horizon. We're not looking up to the heavens. We're looking off into the distance. And then lift the top of the head up to the heavens. So we're lengthening the spine. And now we bring the hands up and we stand like a tree. So the center of the palm roughly in line with the eyes. And the palms themselves, the wrists, roughly in line with the toes. So the hands are forward a little bit. You're able to see the hands in the corner of your eyes. And now inhale, we drift forward as we push against the breeze for a count of 4. Then exhale, we let the breeze push us back for a count of 4 seconds. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, we drift forward. Exhale, we come on back. One more breath. And we let the arms relax. We bring the hands down. And so just let the shoulders relax for a second. And now we're going to move into our Golden Chi Ball series, looking for some emphasis on our core, the abdomen, the glutes, and the quadriceps. To begin with, we're going to pull down the heavens 3 times, as we usually do before and after each series. So this is an example already where you can incorporate the core muscles. So not standing, this is pull down the heavens. You can do it standing tall. Just turn to the side, look over the shoulder, draw the chi up, reach up for the heavens. And here we're doing a big stretch. We're stretching this area. The hands are going out. And we turn to the opposite side, look over the opposite shoulder, and we bring the hands down. So that's one with just standing up. If you're looking to emphasize the core, you lower the hips. So we turn to the side. And now we're using the quadriceps, the glutes, and the hamstrings, and the abdomen. And we're working those muscles as well. So 3 times. Here we go. All right, so the Golden Chi Ball series begins with shaking the 9 gates. Your hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. Add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles, and then a twist as we look over the shoulder. So it's inhale here, once again for a count of 4. And then exhale as we twist, and exhale here for a count of 4. So inhaling. So the 9 gates, the spots in the body where the energy flow, the chi, is disrupted because the joints are stiff and they're inflamed. And they are the elbows, the wrists, the shoulders. That's 1 set of 3. The knees, the hips, the ankles. The 2nd set of 3. And the lower back. So this area. The ribs and the neck. The last set of 3. So what this movement is working on is getting the chi out to the extremities. And we'll do one more twist. And we're back here. You should feel some tingling going on in the hands, maybe up to the elbows and the shoulders. Have a little bit of pink going on. And this is us getting the chi out to the extremities. Warming up the hands warming up the feet, cooling down the head. So we're trying to get the fire to the extremities and the water to the core and to the head. So we're trying to cool the head down, warm up the hands and feet. Now, the next one, the next movement in the Golden Chi Ball series is standing on a boat. So at the beginning we talked about small triangle and large triangle. We'll add into that now a dragon's back. So lift the tailbone, lift the ribs, lift the chin, stretch the front of the body, and then turtle back. Tuck the tailbone, drop the ribs, bring the shoulders forward, drop the chin, stretch the back. So you inhale, a dragon's back. Exhale, a turtle back. Come on, the small triangle, a dragon's back. Lift the arms about shoulder height. And then exhale, drop the chin, drop the ribs, bring the arms down. So inhale, exhale. Inhaling. So inhale, we have a dragon's back and we're on the small triangle. Exhale, turtle back, large triangle. So inhaling. Exhale. We'll do one more of these. And now the next one is Phoenix ascends the flame. So for this guy, we have yet another opportunity to engage our core here. So once again, you lower as far as you're comfortable. And so if you only lower a little bit and that's all you can manage, well, that's fine. If you can lower a lot, well, that's fine too. You want to stay within your comfort zone. So if you're going like, I know I can go further, but it's going to be a struggle and it might hurt, don't go that far. Stay about 80% of what you believe to be your maximum. So, Phoenix ascends the flame. Inhale, we gather the chi from the earth. We lift it up to the heavens. We have a big dragon's back here. And then exhale, we draw that chi in to the brass basin. So, inhale, gather the chi, dragon's back. Exhale, turtle back. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, gather the chi, lower the hips, lift the hips, and exhale. So reach down to the earth. Always keep the head and shoulders well above the hips. And we have a look from the side here. So it's inhale, gather the chi. We come up and exhale. And we'll do two more. So inhaling. All right, and the next one is monkey leaps from a tree. And so for this one, we're still in our narrow stance here. We reach up, we catch a parcel, and we're looking up. So we have a bit of a dragon's back here. And we sink down, and we lower the parcel. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, a turtle back as we come back up. And exhale, we sink down. Inhale, we come up. And I'll just turn to the side here. So, catch a parcel. Well, look at the parcel. So we have a dragon's back here. And then exhale, we sink down. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, a bit of a turtle back. As we come back up. Exhale. Inhale. And back to the front here. So we reach up, catch parcel. Exhale, we sink down. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, we come back up. Exhale. And one more here. So that was monkey leaps from a tree. The next one is, in the Golden Chi Ball series, is snake rises from the grass. So once again, we're still in our narrow stance here with the feet parallel, outside of hips, outside of feet. So, snake rises from the grass. Inhale, we gather some chi from the heavens and bring it around to the kidneys. So the wrists are against the kidneys and the fingers are pointing down. We lift the ribs so we have a bit of a dragon's back here. And then exhale, you bring the hands across the top of the hips and then the back of the hands against the legs down the inside. So we have a strong dragon's back here on the way down. And then we, at the bottom, as far as you're comfortable, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. We come back up. Now the palms against the legs, a turtle back on the way up. Circle the abdomen and drop the chi in to the brass basin, the lower Dian Ten, just below the navel, down to the root. So inhale, gather the chi from the heavens, bring it around to the kidneys. Exhale, we come down the inside of the legs. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. We come up a vertebrae at a time. Exhale. So inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Yeah, we'll do two more here. Last one. All right, so the next one we're going to do involves a bit of a side-to-side movement. This is embracing the sun and the moon. So we need to be in a wider stance. So for this is stacking the bones or post stance. So you shift over here. So this leg is bent, this leg is straight, feet are more or less parallel, shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a stack, hence the name, stacking the bones. We come over here and we get the same thing going on. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, knee bent, leg straight, stack of bones. So that's what we're looking for. And now, as part of the embracing the sun and the moon movement, we move from side to side. And so what we're looking to do here is come over here. So, but there's a little more to it than that, as always. So we're over here, weight on the heel. Shift the weight into the toes. Push with the toes, sink into the heel. The hips turned and I'm facing this way a little bit. Shift into the toes. Now the hips start to turn. I push with those toes and I sink into this heel. Now I'm facing this way. Shift the weight into the toes. I'm facing front. Sink into the heels and I'm facing this way. So put your fingertips in your belly button. Pop the hands out. Look down. There's your foot between your hands. Shift the weight into the toes. push with the toes, sink into the heel, and there's the foot between your hands on this side. And so the whole idea is you shift, you push with the foot, the hips turn, the torso turns, and we sink into the heels. So all the movement starts from the feet. Shift into the toes, push, the hips turn, we sink into the heels, shift into the toes, and we come back over here. And now we're going to do, for a few repetitions, as standing. No, we're not. This is embracing the sun and the moon. So we're holding the ball here, about shoulder height. So it's in here. It's not way out there. It's not up here. It's not down here. It's comfortably about shoulder height. Shift the weight into the toes. Let the ball come down. Come into the heel as the ball rises up. So exhale, we come down here. Inhale, we're up over here. Exhale and inhale. And the ball comes down to the center and it rises up. So we gather some chi from the from the moon. And we bring that into the brass basin. We gather some chi from the sun and we bring that in as well. And we'll do two more cycles, so we start here. So inhale, gather some chi from the sun, bring it into the brass basin. Inhale, we gather some chi from the moon, and we bring that in as well. One more. And that's embracing the sun and the moon. Now, because we're getting a little short on time, I'm going to move into the 8 pieces of brocade, and we're going to introduce the king rides his horse with fiery eyes. Another example of a movement where we're working on our core. So for this, we need to be in the horse stance. So you want the feet a little wider. So we're in the stacking of the bone stance here. And you can step out, but there's also another way you can get there. Turn your feet out about 45 degrees and then put the heels behind the toes. So this is horse stance. And you know it's working well for you when you keep your shoulders over your hips, bring the knees forward and slide down a wall. You want the knees to come forward as we move. So we slide down and we come back up. So king rides his horse with fiery eyes. We hold this hand out with a closed fist, so the palm down, shoulder and wrist about the same height. And the other hand here at the bottom of the ribs on the side of the body with the palm up. And now, the king is holding the reins of the horse and he's staring off into the distance. This hand at the ribs scrubs across the ribs, up to the elbow, slides along the elbow, the hands turn over, come back to the elbow, scrub across the ribs. So these are the arm movements that are involved here. And now we're going to introduce the core movement. Exhale, we sink down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we sink. So it's inhale here, exhale as we go up and down on our horse. And from the side, it looks like this. So we're here, we come up, and exhale. So once again, you lower as far as you're comfortable. Your gaze is fixed off into the distance. So it's inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. And we'll do one more. Now one more means we got to do both sides. And that's king rides his horse with fiery eyes. And now we'll pull down the heavens 3 times to close off this portion of the class. So we turn to the side, gather the chi from the earth, bring it up to the heavens, and then come down in to the brass basin. So inhale. Last one. All right, so now we're going to wrap up today's class with the 5 directions. So once again, the feet are going to be in that stacking of the bone stance because we got some side-to-side movement happening here. So you move the feet out. So shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, knee bent. Come over here. Shoulder, ribs, hip, knee, ankle, all in a stack on both sides. So now the 5 directions. And the breath is for a count of 4. So you inhale, you're on the small triangle with a bit of a dragon's back here. The arms rise up. Exhale, large triangle, a bit of a turtle back. Inhale, we come off to the side. Exhale, we come down to the hip. Inhale, we come off to the other side. We come down to the hip. And then we're on the small triangle again. We come up to the center. And then exhale, large triangle, as we bring the hands down. So 4-second breath. Inhale here. Watch the hands come up. Exhale. Watch the hands come down. Inhale. Watch the hand rise up. Exhale. Watch the hand come down. Inhale. Watch the hand rise up. Exhale. We watch it come down. Then both hands, so you watch them come up. And then we take 2 counts of 4 to come down here. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Keep exhaling. This is a double count. Inhale. Last cycle. And that's the class for today. So thank you all for coming. And now a few words about how you can get more information from me. At the moment I'm producing these videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I also offer a live class on Saturday, and as well I put together blog posts and reports that I deliver periodically to those that have signed up for my email list. And so if you'd like to get notification of when I produce these videos, the live class, blog posts, and reports, you need to send an email to myself, jack.godfrey49@gmail.com. And that's Godfrey. The email address will be in the description as well. So send me an email and I'll add you to the distribution list. That's it for today. Thank you for attending, and we'll see you next time.